Hey Beth, it's me.
Hey, so, how did the snooping go? Find anything?
I did. I found a message written in strange symbols. A kind of secret code.
A secret code? Well, spill the beans. What did it say?
I will leave notes in the vent next to your room.
In the vent? Who the hell does that?
I don't know, but whoever the message was intended for went through a lot of trouble to hide it.
Oh.
And that's not all. The account was emptied about a week ago. A withdrawal of $5,000.
That's no pocket change. It sure sounds like she's planning to run away.
Yeah. I'll go and have a look at the vent that's mentioned in the message. Just to be sure we're on the right track.
Yeah, good idea, Bean.
It's, Miss Belivet, isn't it?
What? Oh, Roy.
Oh, right. You're the one who took last week off, aren't you? You had to, take care of your sister, I think?
Mother. My mother. She's very sick.
No, I hope this doesn't become a recurring thing. I need to know I can count on you.
I understand, sir.
What are you doing here, anyway? Are you on break?
No. I'm just getting a screwdriver.
A screwdriver? What for?
Loose vent.
Well, that sounds like a job for Eugene, doesn't it?
Yes. You're right.
Then leave the repairs to him.
Okay. I will.
Well, don't you look mischievous. Hey, Bean. If you're planning to give Bernard a good scare, sign me up.
No, I'm looking for a screwdriver. For the vent. Linda asked Eugene to fix Bernard's window.
Oh, I see.
Eugene?
What the hell? You'd better go and take a look. I'll stand guard by the elevator, and make some noise if I see Bernard coming.
Okay, thanks. I'll be quick.
Dear brother, I thank you for your invaluable input, but need I remind you the terms of our agreement? I did my part. I got you out of jail and have ensured that news of your deviate ways would not leak. Now, I expect you to keep your side of the bargain and stay out of my way. You are not in charge of the hotel anymore. I have worked relentlessly these past few years to return the Clarington to its former glory, a great challenge considering the poor state you left it in. I'm glad Father never got to see how you so shamelessly destroyed his great legacy. As for me, I will be dead too before I listen to a single word of advice from you. You ask I lower our prices, but I can tell you I plan on doing just the opposite. My guests will only be la creme de la creme. Your deviate friends can find themselves another place for their sinful debauchery. Enjoy your retirement.
This does not look like a nice brotherly check-in. I had no idea things were this bad between Bernard and Raymond. Oh, Bernard. So close to doing something altruistic, but here you are holding it over your brother. Opposing something that could help so many people just because it's close to your hotel? This is ridiculous. So, I take it the open window was not an accident. Can't say I blame you, Eugene.
Dear Mr. Weston, I would like to thank you again for agreeing to this partnership between the Clarington Hotel and Weston's department store. Thanks to your generous help, renovations are well underway and the hotel has never looked better. You should come visit soon, when your busy schedule allows it, of course. On another note, it has come to my attention that you have formed a group of local businessmen to oppose the construction of the new mental hospital. After working so hard to elevate the Clarington standards, I cannot allow a band of cuckoos to move in my backyard. Should you accept, it would be an honor and a privilege to join your fight. Yours sincerely, Bernard Leduc. Handwritten by Eugene. Enjoy the cold, you cold-hearted prick.
Aha! Let's get you to that vent. With this blizzard, Bernard's office will be a skating rink by the end of the day. Best to avoid that. Ew. Is this Linda's? Well, just look at these distinguished gentlemen. And a young Bernard. Kinda wish I worked here when Raymond was in charge. Sounds like the hotel was very different back then.
Surely your break is over by now.
No, it's not.
I came by here not too long ago, and Andrew was already covering for you.
That's because I was in the ladies' room.
That's no excuse to...
It's my time of the month.
uh,
You're married, aren't you? So you know how it is. I have to go more often, and sometimes I stain the furniture, and don't get me started on all the...
That's enough details. Miss Belivet, what were you doing in my office?
I was simply closing the door. Someone left it ajar.
Huh. Must have been Eugene. Well, don't you have work to do?
Yes, sir.
Then get to it. Mr. Drake has asked to see you.
Again? God, he just can't get enough of me, can he?
Just indulge him. Apologize one more time for Friday's mishap. Do whatever needs to be done. We cannot afford to lose such loyal guests.
Okay, fine. That was a close one.
Yeah, I had a few cold sweats. But at least I found what I was looking for.
Good. Well, if you need me, I'll be attending to the whims and worries of our entitled guests. Don't be a stranger.
Time to see what secrets that vent is holding.
Mr. Weston. It's Bernard Leduc from the Clarington. Yes, the hotel. All right. No. No, I do not wish to leave a message. Absolutely not.
Sorry, ma'am. How big did you say your party was again? Whew, that's big. It might be a bit difficult to... Well, maybe we could squeeze you in after the... no, that won't work. Yes, I'm still here. Waiting for that time of year.
All right, let's open the vent. Oh, I guess I'm free to disturb room 508 now. But that's where Bernard and Linda were... Ew. I should wait till I have more to report before calling Beth. Meet me tonight in my room. Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking.
It's me.
Oh, hello, Bean. Anything new to report?
I found another message written in secret code.
What does it say?
Meet me tonight in my room. Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan.
Michael? Who's that? Another husband?
I don't know. It's the first time I'm hearing of a Michael in this story.
Let me check the logbook. There's a Michael staying in room 507.
Mrs. Beaumont's room? But she doesn't have a husband. She's here alone with... Oh! Michael must be her son. I got him some extra blankets the other day so he could build a fort.
Could Marcella?
Yes?
No, never mind. So, what's next?
I guess I should go have a look at 507, but it's not on my list. There's a do not disturb sign on the door.
Well, I could call the room to make sure no one's there.
Good idea.
Hang on. You've got the all clear, Bean. Head on over.
Thanks, Beth. I'll call you back. Looks like I'm headed to room 507. Let's get to the bottom of this and find out what links these rooms together. Mr. Cruz, huh? Numbers, dates, times. What does it all mean? I saw this shade of lipstick in Marcella's room. Does that mean she was here? A lovely shade of lipstick.
The winds in the leaves that day made a sound that sounded like. A sound that sounded like? Really, Anne? The winds in the leaves that day made the tree whistle a soft melody that came to my ear. I remember every part of this day, for it was the day we met. Jesus, this is bad. I was looking for my cat when I heard the sound of the leaves blowing in the wind, like a melody to my ear. On this summer day where I met you.
That look in your eyes. What does it mean? And who is this from?
You don't need to know my name, but you've seen me. I've recognized that look in your eyes when you checked in. You and I don't need to make a fuss out of this. You keep your wits about you, and I'll do the same.
Either a guest got a hold of our stationery, or this came from someone on the staff. Those few coins in my tip jar were getting pretty lonely. They'll appreciate the company. Aw, that's so sweet. I didn't do much, but I'm glad it meant something to you.
Dear Sophie, thank you so much for taking care of our room every day and bringing us extra sheets. Michael and I wanted to give you a little something before we left. Sincerely, A.
You almost look like Marcella. Oh, Michael. Adults can be so confusing. I promise it's not you.
Dad, I'm sorry, but Mom asked me not to tell you the name of our hotel. She allowed me to talk about our room, though. We have 2 little beds, a radio, and even a television. Mom let me build a fort, and the maid brought us extra blankets. She's really nice. The hotel is nice too, but I miss home. I wish Mom and you could be happy, and I wish everything could go back to the way it was before, but Mom says it's impossible. She says she no longer loves you. Do you think she'll ever stop loving me too? Michael.
So you were eager to set up a meeting, but didn't want anyone noticing.
I hope you are well in spite of the circumstances. We've been on the train for 2 days now. It's a long ride, made even longer by the fact I cannot wait to see you again. We are scheduled to arrive in Montreal on the eve of Valentine's Day. I booked room 509. It's a marital suite. When we arrive, please refrain from talking to me until we can figure out a safe way to see each other. Say hello to Michael for me. M.
Did Marcella send this?
Dear Mrs. Bursey, we have successfully processed your request to withdraw your son, Michael Bursey, from his school schedule and system under the agreement that you will continue his education from home. Following this letter, you will receive the list of books and school materials you need to purchase in order to follow the curriculum from home. A social worker will be in touch to help you understand our milestones so that your son can benefit from our programs from the comfort of his home. Thank you for thinking of your son's education, Director Donald Byron.
Funny how some games really stand the test of time. I used to play this with Mom all the time. Funny how some games really stand the test of time. I used to play this with Mom all the time. Aha! Keys are Snoop's best friend. Sounds like this is from your school days, but the name of the sender is smudged.
December 26, 1945. Dear End, you were right. I miss the snow already. It's so hot right now in Texas. It's quite a shock after the cool weather of Montreal. My family has never seen snow before, and I could not find the words to tell them how beautiful it is. They don't understand what they are missing. I wish I could build my brothers a snowman like the one we built together a few weeks ago. I know it's childish, but I had not had that much fun in years. Christmas was exhausting, 9 days of eating, singing, dancing. It's great fun, but I am glad it's over so I can rest a little. Of course, celebrations will resume for New Year, but it gives me a few days to relax. How are things going with your family? I know you don't get along well, but I hope you are still able to have a good time. I will leave for Montreal on the 8th. I cannot wait to be back. I miss finding black cat hairs all over my clothes. I miss our late night studying sessions at Harry's. I even miss Sister Miller's classes, if you can believe it. I will see you soon. Warm wishes.
Let's find out what this key unlocks.
Dear End, I have met with Louis, and he has asked me to give you the enclosed letter. I think I should reiterate that some of your accusations, such as wife abuse, are not grounds for divorce in Quebec. I understand you are hurt, but I do not think antagonizing your husband is very wise at the moment. Do not forget to be in court at 11 a.m. on the 20th. Be on time. Also, a friendly reminder that my fees for January need to be paid before the end of this month. I am happy to help you out, but I cannot work pro bono on this. Sincerely, Howard.
So a husband can abuse his wife and just get away with it? And people like Linda still think divorce is wrong? Ugh.
Adam or Eve? Can she resist the ultimate temptation? A Confession of a Shocking and Forbidden Love by Bridget Boswell. Should Rose stay in a marriage that no longer makes her happy or seek refuge in the arms of the woman who truly understands her? She has tasted the forbidden fruit years ago, and now she is all she can think of. But what will her family, and society as a whole, think of her if she turns to a life of sin? Should she be condemned for even entertaining the thought of leaving her husband, or pitted for having to make such a heartbreaking decision? Bridget Boswell is the prolific author behind novels such as And They Were Roommates and The Lonely Girl. Adam or Eve is her 7th novel.
Bridget Boswell. Didn't I see that name somewhere earlier? Ah, so Fernie and Wiseman are publishers. I'll need another key to unlock this. Haven't I seen one just like this somewhere? All but outright threatening you. Oh, I hope you can stay as far away from him as possible.
I just met your damn lawyer. You've got some balls to accuse me of all that. As if you were so irreproachable yourself. Do you think I don't know where you spend your nights? But worst of all is that you won't let me see my son. You won't even tell me where he is. If you think you have a chance to get custody, you really don't know me well. I won't let you take Michael away from me.
Looks like someone grew tired of looking at your face, Mr. Beaumont. That key looks so familiar. Why do I associate it with room 505? Ah, there you are. With Marcella. God knows where she is.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking.
Hey, Beth.
Bean, I've been meaning to speak with you.
Oh, about what?
Well, a little birdie told me Mr. Morgan and Mr. Cruz had an argument yesterday evening.
Really? Who's your little birdie?
Jacques. Apparently it got so heated he had to get involved. And listen to this. It sounds like we were on the right track, 'cause he heard a particular word thrown around quite a lot. Wanna guess what it is?
Affair?
Bingo.
Did Jack hear anything else?
From what he told me, it seemed like Mr. Cruz was accusing Mr. Morgan of having an affair with his wife. Wouldn't have expected Mrs. Cruz to fall for a man like Morgan, but I guess the heart wants what the heart wants.
Maybe, but that doesn't explain Mrs. Beaumont's involvement with Mrs. Cruz.
What do you mean?
I found a chest in room 507. I think it can only be opened by turning 2 keys at once. I found one of them in Mrs. Beaumont's things.
Oh, and the other one?
Well, I remembered seeing a similar key in one of Mr. Morgan's stocking pictures, so I went back to check. Mrs. Cruz wears it as a pendant. It looks identical to Mrs. Beaumont's key.
Wait, so Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz own identical keys that are both needed to open a mysterious chest? Yeah, there's definitely something going on here.
I think Mrs. Cruz and Mrs. Beaumont might be the ones having the affair.
That's an interesting theory. Did you find any clues that might support this?
Nothing concrete. I mean, I did find a letter that suggests they may have gone to college together, but they could just as well be good friends, right?
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
I guess we'd know for sure if we could have a look at that chest, but I don't think I'll be able to open it. I've looked around room 509. I would have seen the second key if it was there. Mrs. Cruz must have left with it this morning.
Yeah.
We were so close. I can't believe it all ends here.
Well, hold on. I may have an idea. Get me a candle and some plaster, and maybe I can do something about that pesky chest.
How?
I'll tell you later. Just find me those things and I'll meet you in the basement as soon as I manage to leave my post.
All right. Thank you for not giving up.
Come on, you know I wouldn't let you down.